Hello, I'm delighted to have Peter Herweck here with us today. Peter is the CEO of Process Automation and Drives Division at Siemens. Welcome, Peter.
Hi, Andy.
Peter, last year, Siemens created a new Process Automation and Drives Division. And could you tell us what's your vision for this division?
Sure. The principal idea was to better focus on our process industry customers in the different vertical markets that exist. And our vision is that we want to be the trusted partner to our customers in those industries, focusing on their value drivers like reliability, security and safety, environment protection, future-oriented, and so forth, and really be a trusted partner for them in creating value to their customers.
Could you tell us a little bit more about some of the strong solutions that you have for the process industry?
Sure. I always try to come up with a kind of a picture so that people can think about what that is. And I start off with the brain, and the brain is the process control system that we have, PCS7. And that is supported by an engineering system that goes end-to-end for our customer, then going down into the sensors and actuators. And then for many customers, very important is, of course, are the muscles, so the drive systems that are in particular important in the primary industries like cement, metals, mining, but also in the up and midstream oil and gas. But then also interfacing to the skeleton, so to say, so the mechanical piece, gearboxes or compressors that are done in a sister division of mine, so that we can furnish the customer really with three fundamental key components that are decisive for them. The engineering system, number one. Number two is the process control system. And number three is the main drive that is critical for some of the applications. So that's all bundled in my division with quite a footprint around the globe.
Yeah. Process industry, frequently they seek more solutions. They want the purchase complete solutions for process automation, including drives and so forth. Could you maybe tell us a little bit more your service capability? Do you provide complete solution to your customers?
Absolutely. And I believe it is critical when you look at the different vertical markets that you're in. Siemens has traditionally been very strong in the more hybrid or batch-oriented vertical markets like pharma, food and beverage, or fine chemical, where we've been working a lot also with system integration partners or solution partners, just furnishing them products and engineering systems, and they would give or bring the solution to the end customer. And we'll continue to do that. But as we also want to expand into industries like petrochemical, or in particular the midstream oil and gas, the customer is looking for solutions. And within my division, I have roughly 4,500 to 5,000 engineers on the globe that create those solutions end-to-end for the customer. So assist them in planning and designing. We could even go as far as supporting them in feed, and then do the engineering execution, and then towards the life cycle of the plant. So modification, upgrades, but also, of course, more sophisticated services in respect to energy saving or performance asset management and so forth. All out of one team, and that's what the customer is really looking for.
Right. Siemens is very strong when it comes to software and digitization, and earlier today we talked about digitization. Could you tell us a little bit more about how you can help? Because many companies are trying to right now digitize their operations.
Yeah.
How could Siemens help them with regards to digitization?
No, absolutely. We've been traditionally very strong in the discrete world when talking about digitalization, but we're trying to map this all, so to say, into the process world as well, and come up what I would say the digital twin of a plant. And it really starts off with the planning, the design, the construction, commissioning of the plant. All of that is, in many cases, done in digital systems, be it 3D modeling or P&ID software that can communicate forward and backward with a DCS system, so the discrete control system. And if you think this all the way through, and later on, if you're in operations and you change a sensor or you change a valve, for example, that has different parameters than the equipment that is in the plant already, if you have one data backbone throughout the whole plant and the whole life cycle, you can actually bring this new physical equipment also all the way up into the digital twin of the plant, and that gives you big chances to do a simulation, to do operator training, to do service training, and so forth, being away from the real plant, but do this in a virtual environment. So it gives great savings to the customer, and is started to being employed by quite a few of them.
For the process industry, just like any other companies, cybersecurity is a challenge these days. Maybe you could tell us a little bit what Siemens is doing with regards to helping customers with cybersecurity threats.
No, absolutely. We've been talking this morning actually about the Internet of Things, and I said the Internet is present in, or the network is present in any factory or any plant these days, and with that you have, of course, vulnerabilities. And the question is, how do you manage that risk? Because it is really a management of risk. There is no such thing as a fully secure system. So what we're trying to help our customers with is a three-step approach. The number one step would be the assessment. So we work with our customers together to try to understand where are critical assets that need protection, where are areas that can be infiltrated easily. And the second step is that we come up with a mitigation planning where with the customer we figure out how to make it more difficult to penetrate the site. And then the third step is, after you've done the first two, is you basically need to start again from scratch and continue on and on to improve the site. How is that done? That's done with our Siemens Cybersecurity Operations Center. Is quite a handful of people that monitor what's going on in the world in respect to malware that's available, or viruses and so forth that are trying to penetrate sites and that are critical for some of the software or hardware that we've installed in the plants. And our people monitor that very closely, see whether this malware has a negative effect on some of our equipment, and if it does, we'll advise our customers to implement patches to make sure that they are not vulnerable in that respect. So it's a continuous effort.
As you're talking to customers, are you seeing any other trends, or what kind of other solutions customers are asking for, and how are you trying to actually help your customers?
One of the things that goes in line with the digitalization and also the Internet of Things is the discussion on modularization. So can we have prefabricated, pre-tested, and pre-digitized units that do a certain function in a plant, and plug them together to have a more modular plant. This is hard to understand, of course, when you talk about a very large monolithic a petrochemical site. But imagine a small pharmaceutical plant that does, for a certain period of time, manufacture some pills, and that needs to change with their product scope more frequently. They may look at pre-manufactured, pre-tested mechanical and electrical modules that do, for example, the packaging, or that do manufacture certain ingredients that go into the medicine. And we see that there is a trend towards modularization, because it allows the build-up of a plant much faster, and it allows for much faster changeover. And if you go into the oil and gas industry, it allows to implement a plant in much more remote sites with much less engineering efforts. So modularization is something that is going forward, and that will bring also the discrete and the process side more closer together when it comes to engineering and equipment.
Peter, these are some really excellent points, and I really want to thank you and appreciate you being with us today.
Thanks very much, Andy.
We have been watching Peter Herweck, CEO of Siemens Process Automation and Drives Division. Thank you for watching.